You're listening to an episode of the Abigail Pugh podcast with, you guessed it, Abigail Pugh. I'm an introverted mama who took my online business from 0 to 7 figures in 15 months selling my own digital products on social media. And guess what? I did it all with my 3-year-old daughter no less than 3 feet away from me at all times. Now I'm bringing you everything I've learned about building a wildly profitable online business that supports your life while allowing you to truly live it. Get ready for raw, honest conversations with entrepreneurs making thousands per month selling their own digital products and people just like you who ditch self-doubt to create the life they've always wanted. If you're ready to make more money, have more impact, and still have time for the things that matter most, you're in the right place. Grab your sneakers, head out on your hot girl walk, and let's dive in. Okay, y'all, we are halfway through the year, so I thought it would be really fun to do a mid-year review to talk about what's working so far in 2025 for digital product sales, selling, growing on Instagram, all the things. And of course, everything I share will be from my experiences as well as what I am seeing with my students, which I just went and looked it up, and I am about to hit 14,000 students, which is so wild and insane. And I'm so grateful. And I love each and every one of you. And I'm so glad that you're here. Now, okay, before we get into this, one thing I will say is that at the beginning of every year, I sit down and basically map out my entire year's worth of marketing. So sales that I want to have, launches, when I'm talking about certain products, because I have multiple products now. And while I do stick pretty closely to that schedule, I am very much a type B girly who often gets inspired in the middle of the night to try something new. But one, I guess you could call it one agreement that I made with myself at the beginning of this year was that I wasn't going to launch any new digital products or new offers, only offers that basically already existed. And that was really hard for my brain at first. But now, 6 months in, I'm so grateful that I've stuck to it because it's been really peaceful for me and truly has forced me to lean into relaxing and enjoying everything I've built, which is really, really hard for me. I love to go, go, go. My brain loves to be challenged. I love the creative process of a new offer. I love it all. But the entire reason I became an entrepreneur was literally for the time and financial freedom, right? I wanted to be in charge of my own schedule. I love helping people. I love impacting people, but I want it to be on my time. So I'm leaning into, I guess you could call it my soft girl, relaxed era. And I'm truly loving it. So let's dive into what is working so far for this year and where I am with my goals. First and foremost, something that I think is working is freebies that get quick wins and give your audience a taste of what they will get inside your paid digital product. So I've heard so many people trying to say that freebies are dead, stop using them, they don't work anymore. And I think that certain freebies don't work anymore, like the ones that are full of fluff, don't actually get results. Yes, please don't make those anymore. But freebies are still an incredible way to make sales, to build trust, to let people get a taste of what it is that you do and how it is to work with you. So what I did actually for my Rich Girl community, the freebie that I created for that is it's 7 days worth of prompts. And they are similar prompts to what you get inside my community because I was getting a lot of questions of people saying, what are the prompts like? So I was like, oh, I need to give them a taste of what it's like to get inside my community and get those prompts. And it's been doing really well. I mean, I've been in priming and launch mode for my bootcamp, a completely separate offer than my community, for over a month now. And my community new people are still signing up because of that freebie. So make sure that you are using a freebie that gives them a quick win and, more importantly, gives them a taste of what it's going to be like in your paid digital product. Those two things, they need to be connected. And that's what I see the most with freebies that aren't working is that there's no connection for the freebie and the paid digital product. So people are like, why are they not buying? And in my head, I'm thinking, well, because your paid offer and your freebie, they have nothing to do with each other. So those need to be connected. Next, something that is working really well in 2025 is priming and building trust for longer than you think before launching. Now, I still think it's 100% possible to launch and start from scratch in 6 weeks. But during those 6 weeks, you need to be very, very adamant about priming and building trust for your audience. So again, using my bootcamp launch as an example, because I just finished it the day before I recorded this. And something that I did this round was prime for a lot longer than usual. So I primed, which priming just means basically like warming them up to the offer. You're letting them know it's coming. You're getting them excited. You're letting them feel part of it. You're listening to them. You're answering questions, all those things. I did that for at least 30 days before my doors even opened, right? So when I did open the doors, people were primed and ready. They trusted me. They knew what the price was. They knew what they were going to get. They knew if they wanted to sign up or not. And I think that right now people need that time frame more than ever to know if they want to buy something from you. So if you have a digital product and you haven't talked about it, do not just put it up in your stand store or wherever it is that you're going to launch it and say, hey, it's here today. Like, no, people need that priming and trust building period before you sell that digital product. Okay, next up, and I know everybody has been talking about this, and it's like a huge thing for a lot of Instagram mentors and educators right now, and that is trial reels. And I'm still obsessed with them. I think they are amazing. And now there's actually a way, there is some blog on Instagram where a lot of people are finding success if they don't have trial reels yet. There's this link in a blog that shows you how to basically, I don't want to say cheat the system, but basically you can post a trial reel without having trial reels. So I will link that blog in the show notes for you guys. So if you don't have trial reels yet, see if that works. But something that I have said from the beginning is using trial reels for growth, not using them to sell your digital product, right? Because people don't know who you are. They literally don't even know that you exist. And if you try to sell to them right away, it might not perform as well. So using trial reels for growing your audience as well as building trust with people. I've seen some take off that are, offering a freebie. Just make sure that that freebie like gets them onto an email list where they learn who you are and they figure out who you are. Because remember, people, if they find you from a trial reel, like if they comment on that trial reel, but they don't follow you, they might never see you again. I really think it's important that trial reels are used for growing, not necessarily selling right away. But I'm obsessed with them. The 2 episodes I did on them on my podcast are still live, but I will link those down below for you guys. Please watch those. Use trial reels if you don't have them yet. They are great for testing and just kind of like seeing what's working or not working. One thing I will say with trial reels is that the more consistent you are with them, the better they perform, in my opinion, because the more you're posting them, the more that algorithm is learning who you are and who to push your content out to. Okay, the next one has nothing to do with social media. And I've always said this, like I am not an email marketing expert. It is hard for me. I don't know why. Like I can sell all day long on Instagram stories, Instagram reels, like all the things. And then if you ask me to sell an email, I'm like, oh, I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to bug people. But I have been emailing, especially during my launch, more than once a week and not being afraid to email more often because people don't see every email, right? Like just like with social media, people don't see every post you do. People don't see every email and they need to be reminded that you exist, that your offer exists, on how you can help them, how you can connect with them. So I've been emailing multiple times a week and it's crazy. So many of my bootcamp sales, I keep referencing the bootcamp because that was the last offer I launched. But so many of my bootcamp sales came from email, which is wild. Like when I first started, I started more so on social. That's like where I built my platform, where I sold, and kind of that's my strong suit, right? Like that's what I teach. It's what I love. It's what I'm passionate about. But I've been really leaning into email more, and it's just so crazy to see it working. It's crazy when you put time and effort into something and see it work. No, I'm just kidding. But for reals, it's been amazing to see my confidence with emailing kind of go up too, and just sending like short and sweet reminder emails, not feeling guilty if somebody, unsubscribes, great, maybe they didn't need my help, and just kind of letting go of that. So email marketing, if you're not sending multiple emails a week, please try it, mix it up, do a sales one, do a connection one, do a market research one, but don't be afraid to send an email more than once a week, okay? Okay, last but not least, something that is working really great this year is collaboration posts to build trust and get your face in front of somebody else's audience. Now, this is something that I have talked about for a while now. I have done a few. I love them. I think collaboration posts are genius. And these can be reels. These can be carousels. This can be a single image post. Like, don't don't think that a collaboration post has to just be a reel. I think a lot of people just assume it's a reel and they're like, oh, I don't live near this person, I can do it. But I have a really great example of this, and I will link this again in the show notes for you guys. Two of my students, they are in my Rich Girl community. They did a collaboration post and their niches are like just different enough that I was so impressed on how they kind of collaborated together and really were able to get incredible reach with each other's audiences, but it was like mutually beneficial. So one of them, Sarah, she is a relationship anxiety coach. And then Emily is an affordable wedding planner content creator, right? And they both sell digital products around these topics. And they did a collaboration together and it was so genius. The reach and follows and all the things that they got from this were insane. They were sending me some screenshots. Like, I'm obsessed with it. So I really want you to dig deep into who can you collaborate with? Who is someone that is in a niche that is just different enough from yours, but also mutually beneficial for both of you that you can do a fun post together. And like I said, I will drop that in that post for you guys in the show notes for you to get a little bit of inspiration. And also, these girls, they found each other in a collaboration post inside of my community because I want people inside my community to work together and be able to collaborate together. So that's something that's actually pinned at the top of my community. So that's something you've been looking for. The community would probably be a great place for you. Now, where am I at with my goals? So, like I said, I set my goals in the beginning of the year, and I always set good, better, and best goals, which I think is really important to do. So you can work really hard towards that best goal. But if you don't hit it, you don't feel defeated. So as of June 30th, I am on track to hit my good revenue goal of over 500,000 in 2025, which, just a reminder, revenue is before taxes, before, payroll that I pay me and my husband, before what I pay my contractors, like those types of things. So this is money coming into my business. Just little friendly reminder to let you know. Which it feels crazy to say that I'm on track to hit my 500,000, 500,000 in 2025 in revenue, because 2 months ago I was not on track to hit that goal. There have been a lot of things happening in our life behind the scenes that have really forced me to slow down a bit this year, which was not the plan. But I'm really proud of myself that even with these circumstances, I'm still able to hit my goals. And maybe eventually I will share everything that's been going on. But I think for now, I just need to keep it private and process it all. It's so wild when you have a personal brand and you have a business that you show up on daily. It's really hard in these moments where there's so much going on behind the scenes and I want to share, but I need time to process what's going on. And I always tell my students, never share from an open wound. You always want to make sure that if you do share something, you have kind of gotten through that moment, gotten through everything that's going on. And then you can share from a place of, okay, I got through it and here's what's been going on. So maybe eventually I will share. I am not trying to be cheeky here. I'm not ready to share about what's been going on, but it kind of wasn't the year that we were planning. So it's been hard. Now, all that to say, a lot can happen in 6 months. I very well could still hit my best revenue goal for the year. But this is why I think it's so important to set those good, better, and best goals so that you don't feel defeated when life happens and you might not hit your better or best goals. Reach for the damn stars, yes, but don't let it defeat you if you don't hit them. Now, before I end this podcast and go spend some time with my daughter outside, it's literally the perfect day. And my husband and daughter are about to get back from Costco any minute. I want to talk about what has helped me the most in the past few months to hit these goals. And that is reoccurring revenue from my community as well as companies that I'm an affiliate for. This is something I focused on since day one of my business so that I could eventually work way less and still hit my goals. So if you don't have any type of reoccurring revenue, I want to challenge you today to start digging a little deeper and figure out how you can add something reoccurring to your digital product business so you aren't starting every month off at zero. That's so hard for my brain. That's how I used to be obviously when you first start, you're going to start every month at zero. That's totally normal. But adding in these reoccurring revenue things so that you aren't starting at zero just helps so much for mental health as well. And if this is something if reoccurring revenue and figuring out what to have in your business as reoccurring revenue is something you struggle with, get your butt inside my Rich Girl community, come to our weekly calls, and let's figure it out together. I I'm always here for you guys to support and share anything and everything that I have learned these past few crazy years as an entrepreneur. I'm an open book. I love sharing what's learning for me in the moment. And speaking of sharing what's happening in the moment, I'll be back next week with a full recap of my digital product bootcamp launch, what worked, what I failed miserably at, and how you can take what I learned and pour it into your next digital product launch. Love you, mean it, and I'll see you next week. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. If you learned anything from this episode, I would love it if you could share it over on your Instagram stories and tag me at Abigail Pugh. Until next time, love you, mean it.